Hello, we're in front of Bill and Rosa's book space in Paris, and this was created by the founder of the English language newspaper called Fusac, which still exists online and which publishes this little magazine for the English-speaking community in Paris. And I'm happy to say that our book is selling very well here. Here's a picture of it. Okay, I'm going into Bill and Rosa's book room where John will be interviewing me about the Diary of Anna Maria Berezowska. So this is the space upstairs, which I think is really sweet. Here you can buy, borrow, or sit and read books. So I would like to introduce you to John Vandenbos, the creator of this lovely space.
So Iris, so nice to see you again.
It's so nice to see you.
We have a vision in Rose when we get back together, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Well, thank you for coming over to talk about your book, about the Countess Anna, and here it is in my hand. And my first question for you is, how did you first get interested in publishing this book?
Okay, well, I've been friends with John Stelnicki, who's the direct descendant of Countess Anna Maria Berezowska, 4 generations back. And he was so happy when James Martin published Push Not the River. Push Not the River is a novelization based on Anna Maria's real diary, with more historical facts in it, more maps, and it's actually used in university Slavic study programs and so forth. And it's the first of a trilogy that's very historical and interesting. And I was in San Francisco visiting John at the time that he showed me Push Not the River. And my first thought was, I would love to see the real thing, the real diary that Anna wrote. So he had this old photocopy of a manuscript that he manually typed when he was in high school over 65 years ago that I read. I began reading when I was taking the plane back to Paris. And despite the difficulty reading some of the faded type and the papers not in the right order, I got so enthralled with the way that she expressed what she was going through that I continued and said to John, we've got to publish this. That was about 15 years ago. So sometimes during that interim it was on the back burner, but this is my friend John, by the way, who lives in San Francisco. The last time I saw him was we met up in Dublin, Ireland. He's pure Polish, but this was in a historical museum about the Vikings in Dublin. And I took along my grandson, Niall. That was about 2 years ago. That's the last time I've seen John. Other than that, we communicate by telephone. He doesn't use any media. He doesn't use internet. So the book is now in its final form thanks to telephone lines.
Can I see that diary there? That's not the original diary. That's his notes from high school.
This is his high school, a photocopy, an old photocopy
Oh my goodness.
of his high school thesis.
Oh, that was his high school work.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a nice. Is this the only copy?
It's what I have. John has others.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
What was your favorite thing about Anna's diary?
Well, it's her. I wanted people to see her as a real flesh and blood person who never lost her hope, despite all the unimaginable situations she was in where if she hadn't died, she would have become a complete basket case psychologically. She always maintained hope and didn't look back a lot on past misfortunes, beginning with losing her parents, which is the reason she started keeping the diary, through fires, through blizzards.
Where did she get her courage
attacks.
from? Where did she get such courage, do you think?
Such
perseverance.
Where do people get courage from?
Where did she get the perseverance?
We don't know. She had a strong religious faith, but
Well, perhaps that was
it wasn't only that, and her idea of religion was also not confined only to Catholicism, but it was very inclusive, all-inclusive, maybe mystical.
That's a fascinating story. What are your plans now, Iris?
My plans now are, I'm in the process of making an audiobook, and I have never listened to an audiobook. I would like to, but I didn't want to have any preconceptions because I wanted to record it myself because of the affinity I feel for this woman. And I didn't want it to be like other audiobooks might be. So,
that's wonderful.
yeah.
So audiobook. Anything else?
And I hope
You
to
seem
have
to be very busy.
Yeah, I hope to have a book signing event
Right here
in
at
the fall.
We'll have some violins.
Yeah, there's actually violin music in the book.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, good. We'll see if we can coordinate the two.
Maybe can.
All right.
It has to be.
Well, good. Thank you
18th
for
century.
coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you
You're
for bringing
welcome.
this
It was
wonderful
a pleasure.
book. Thank you, Eric, for technical support. And we'll see you soon at Bill and Roses for our next interview with a special guest. Thank you so much for coming to Bill and Roses.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and this is Lisa, my wife. She's happy.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Nice to meet you. Now, and before you go, Iris, I wanted to remind people that not only are you a writer and a copy editor and translator, interpreter, but you're also a fine portrait artist. And here's an example of your friend Barney Kershaw,
Yeah.
who's found a place here at the book room. So
Yeah.
when you leave, you'll be on your way, but Barney will still be with us. Thank you so
Barney will
much.
still be
Thank you so
with
much.
us all, and after he died, his son donated his great book collection to the Bill and Rosa Book Room.
Thank you, Barney.